Hey, you! Ronald! I've just got one thing to say to you. You're fired.
Huh? What's happening? Oh, good morning, Mr. Potter, sir. What's with this all of a sudden? I don't understand what's going on, sir.
There was a huge mistake done in the Woods Company project, and it's your fault. I've already checked this out with the department manager, Mr. Gray, and something needs to be done about it. I'm taking care of the matter, as you're the one who's responsible for this mess. From today, you're not to come into the office. You've been officially fired.
Why are you firing me for? What did I do? Okay, but even though you've said that a couple of times already, I don't quite understand why this is happening. Can I explain what happened so that I can understand your decision as to why you're doing this?
I don't want to hear any of your excuses, Ronald. I'll send all the stuff that you've left on your desk later in the day. There's no need for you to pick it up. You're not to come here again.
Please don't do anything to the personal belongings on my desk. Not until I know what's going on.
Oh, so you want to play hardball, huh? You know I can play that game too. Let's just throw all your things into the garbage, shall we? Don't even think about coming by this office ever again. You've been forbidden to enter the building. Nobody wants to see your face around here again.
But sir, I don't understand why this decision has been made. But fine, I won't step a foot in the office again. I'll do as you say, sir. That evening. Hey, Melissa, look, something bad has happened and I really need to talk to you about it. Have you got some time right now to talk? I could really use your advice right now.
Ronald, are you okay? What's going on? Did something happen?
Yeah, it's not good. I've got no idea what I did. I just got a message from Mr. Potter. It was during the day and I was minding my own business and then this. He told me that the company just suddenly decided to fire me, so he told me he was dealing with my firing.
Excuse me? What the heck? Are you saying you just got fired? Why are you even being fired in the first place? Like why now? At this time of day?
Well, if I say it how it exactly happened, it went like this. I got a message from Mr. Potter, my manager. He said that there was a mistake in the Woods Company project. He then said that he had just checked it over with Mr. Gray and that it fell on my shoulders and that it was all my fault and that I'm not to come back to the office. That's the conversation I had with Mr. Potter. I have absolutely no idea what's going on.
Okay now, just hang on a second. But isn't Mr. Gray the one who makes all these decisions, not Mr. Potter? I don't understand why Mr. Gray isn't the one talking to you about what happened.
I'm curious about that too. That's why I wanted to message you about it to see what you thought. Unless if he wanted Mr. Potter to deal with this situation, it really should be Mr. Gray who reported to me about it, not a person below him. I don't get it. I guess he's your father and all, so I thought he would deal with it.
I have no idea, Ronald. No matter what way you think about it, he can't just possibly fire you without probable cause. Or at least explain himself.
I was actually planning to call Mr. Gray to talk about it to him directly. But he seemed to have turned off his phone, so the call isn't going through.
Apparently, last night he slept a lot for the first time in a long time because he said he'd turn off his phone. Well, surely he's awake right now, but I wonder if his phone is still turned off and he's forgotten to turn it back on.
Oh, is that what you think has happened? You might be onto something there.
Yeah, just hang on a minute there, Ronald. I'll listen to what he has to say on the matter. Just give me a few minutes and I'll come back.
I'm sorry about all of this, Melissa, but thank you for your help so far. I really appreciate it. 10 minutes later.
Hey, Ronald, I'm sorry to have kept you waiting. I hope I wasn't away for long.
You're fine. It's only been about 10 minutes. So were you able to get anything out of him? What happened?
So, he told me that he has no recollection of any interaction with Mr. Potter regarding the Woods Company project. He said that he wouldn't let anyone do something like that while he's in his current position. It's something he wouldn't do in the first place. He would have come to you if there were any issues.
Is that right? That makes sense. I just don't understand what Mr. Potter's doing by messaging me that I'm fired.
Yeah, so that's what my father has to say about that. He seems very confused by the situation as well. Ronald, are you able to come by the house right now?
Right now? What for? What else have I done wrong?
Nothing, but I think maybe it's to discuss what's going on with Mr. Potter. I don't think it's something my father wants to talk about over a message. He said that if we could, we should discuss things face to face and talk over dinner. Also, he said the president of the company will be attending as well.
I'm sorry, what? Even the president of the company? This has got to be something really bad, right? If he's gotten involved. But would it be okay for my sudden interruption, though? I don't want to disturb if they're discussing important work-related matters.
Don't worry about that. But if you're worried about the food situation, it's okay, as I was originally planning on having food delivered today. So feel free to come over if you'd like. I'll see you later, okay? But it sounds like my father wants to eat and have a drink with his future son, Ronald. So you can chill and talk to my father. I'm sure he'll listen to you.
Oh, really? I can't actually believe that. But yes, I'll see you in a bit for dinner. It'll be nice to have a drink with your father. If that's what you want me to do, I'll come over and bother your family.
Of course. We want you to be here. Take care getting over here. I'll see you soon.
The next day, day 1.
Hey, Ronald, I need your attention right now. Where are tomorrow's meeting materials that were supposed to be on your desk? I swear they were put down here. Without the materials, the meeting can't go ahead. This is urgent. Hurry up and tell me where they are. Just because you don't work here anymore doesn't mean you can just ignore my messages.
That evening. Hey, Melissa. I wanted to thank you so much for your advice and support yesterday. I really appreciate it. I'm really glad I was able to talk to your father and the president of the company.
No, thank you for coming over and talking with him. They very much enjoyed your company.
Even so, thank you for inviting me. I never expected something like this to happen behind all the office crap that goes on.
Right, yeah. I'm quite surprised by how they interact as well. It's much more chill than an office building.
Yeah, they're very concerned about the situation, though. If that's the case, I'll wait and see about what Mr. Potter does. I'll try not to react to anything he's doing until the situation changes. For the meantime, none of it matters to me right now.
Exactly! That's a good way to put it. You don't need to worry about what Mr. Potter does until the situation unfolds.
Yeah, I know it's a little early, but I'm going to take a shower and go to bed. This whole thing has been quite exhausting. Tell your father I said hello, and thank you for talking things out with me the other night.
Fair enough. I would too in your situation. Of course I'll tell him you said that. Good night. I hope you have a good night's sleep.
Thank you, Melissa. Sweet dreams to you. Day 2.
Okay. Ronald, I'm sick of not getting a reply out of you. The materials that I asked for yesterday weren't completed. Now I've got to go to the Woods Company and tell them how sorry we are that everything has fallen behind. It's all your fault, Ronald. What are you thinking messing around like this? Ronald, answer me, man. What does it mean that you've been absent without as much as a peep out of you since yesterday, huh? You're gonna be in some deep trouble if you're not careful.
Day 3.
Ronald, this is the 3rd time I'm contacting you and you've not answered me. Aren't you coming in today? You can't just be absent without letting anyone know about it, right? That's what I'm gonna ask. The proposal I told you to make for Jones Company. What's going on with that? I can't get into your work laptop because I haven't got a clue what the password is. So what is it? Seriously, man. What are you planning on doing about all of this?
That afternoon.
Hey, Ronald. How have you been since all the crap went down about your work? Have there been any more developments on that? Has Mr. Potter gotten back to you with anything? What has he been saying?
Hi. Oh, yes, he's been saying quite a bit. He's been sending so many messages every day over the past few days. And that same person just turned around and said that I'm absent without getting permission. I don't understand. He's the one that said I'm fired the other day.
Come to think of it, he said Mr. Potter sent a message saying that to you the other day. I might as well tell you. Mr. Potter has a really bad drinking habit.
Huh? What are you talking about? Are you saying he's an alcoholic?
Well, you know how if you drink too much alcohol, your memory starts to get worse over time, right?
Yes, I guess I've been told that before. a colleague who's accompanied me on a night out once said something like that can happen. It was a Saturday that I received his message about getting fired, so I thought he might have been working on his day off or something. He got all worked up about the Woods Company project I was working on and how I made some sort of mistake. Then he told me I was fired. But he must have still been drunk. And now he can't remember that he actually said that and thinks I'm not showing up for work. Oh my god, it's all falling into place now.
Yeah, my father has had it with Mr. Potter in that he can't handle his nonsense.
I guess if I were to look back through my message history, I can see when he was drunk or not. Maybe it's just something I didn't notice?
I suppose so. Even though he's in the same generation as my father, he still remains only a manager. You'd think he'd be in a higher job position by now.
Really? I suppose his drinking problem's holding him back and creating so many problems. Day 4.
Ronald, this is getting beyond a joke. Reply to your messages, man. What's the password for your work laptop? The department manager just asked me for the progress on another company's proposal. And it's stuck on your laptop. Hurry up and tell me the password. This is urgent. I'm sick of you no replying. Get to work on time and get on with the project. Stop being so irresponsible.
Day 5.
Hey, you! Ronald! Stop ignoring your supervisor. There's another company that's needing their proposal looked over. What the heck do you think you're doing by not replying and not showing up to work? You're going to regret ignoring me. All the companies that work for us instructed you to do everything for them. Even though I'm the one who submitted it under my name instead of yours, this is going to go very bad if things continue like this. Ronald, answer me. What's wrong with you, boy?
Day 6.
Hey, Ronald, for goodness sake, I'm here to tell you that the General Affairs Department are going to take away your work laptop tomorrow. All the documents I had to do for all these companies are also on your laptop. This is ridiculous. It's like talking to a wall. Oh yes. Isn't there also data on there that deals with the internal stuff at work? If I don't do something about it, it's going to be all my fault, even though it's all your work I'm trying to get. Hurry up and tell me the password. I'm begging you to tell me.
Day 7.
Ronald, you've not replied to a single message for a whole week. Cut the crap and reply to me right now. I'm not going to stop sending you messages until you've replied to me. My performance rating will go down if you don't show up to work. I'll come over to your house and drag you here if I must do that so I don't lose my job.
Good morning, Mr. Potter. It's quite early to be messaging me now, isn't it?
Excuse me? What do you mean by that? It's a normal time for people to be awake. You're finally replying to me now, huh? What took you so long? Don't you realize how many days you've missed? Why aren't you showing up? You're making me so furious to the point that I'm gonna pop so many blood vessels. And our department manager as well.
Even so, all the companies you were mentioning, when you think about it, you were forcing me to do a lot of the work, weren't you?
What the heck are you talking about, boy? It's normal for the boss to assign the work to his workers, isn't it? That's how it works here. You weren't absent from work without anybody's permission, and you were slacking off. I was the one that had to finish the work for you, so I sent the proposals to the companies that were requesting them. You need to get to work right now. If you get to work in the next 30 minutes, then I won't fire you and I'll forgive you for not showing up. That's what Mr. Gray has been saying to me as well.
Oh, is that so, Mr. Potter? Don't you remember saying to me that I'm fired and that I don't need to come into the office anymore?
I never said that to you. Why would I say that to you? What are you talking about, man?
Maybe it's because you were so drunk at the time you were messaging that to me and you were just saying what your heart desired?
I haven't got a clue what you're on about. I don't remember that at all. What are you saying?
Well, it's too late to take it all back now. I would go back and check your chat history if I were you. That might jog your memory. Actually, you might want to go back even before that conversation was had. You do realize that Mr. Gray and I quit our jobs on the same day over 10 days ago, right?
Huh? What's that supposed to mean? You both quit your jobs? And you didn't say anything to me about it? Not just who you quit, But Mr. Gray as well? No way! That can't be true!
The general manager decided to start his own business, and he wanted us to join him in starting a new company. So we ended up quitting our jobs together. I assume you didn't notice that happening?
I thought he was just going on a business trip and then he'd be back soon to do his duties.
There was an announcement almost a month ago through the internal chats and through the department's morning meeting. After talking it through with Mr. Gray, he gave all my portfolios that I had for all the other companies we've worked for to another colleague. Honestly, it would be an unreasonable thing to say to someone to get back to work now when I chose to quit my job now. Wouldn't it, Mr. Potter? I wouldn't have been so bothered about it if I hadn't quit my job, but I have, and now I'm an outsider discussing confidential information with an ex-coworker of mine. That's not the best look, Mr. Potter.
But it's only because you never replied to me and it took you so long to do so. Why?
Yes, it did. I thought that you would notice eventually what's going on, but another employee had to make it more obvious to you. I couldn't bear to be so persistent, so I sent a reply like this to get back at you for the way you've been treating me.
This can't be happening right now. Are you serious? Okay, you need to tell me who each case was assigned to right now. I'm supposed to be the creator, so I'd be in big trouble if someone submitted documents without my permission or not checking them with me first.
Huh? I haven't got a clue what you're talking about, Mr. Potter. What do you mean? Isn't it no longer necessary for you to be the creator of those documents, Mr. Potter?
Huh? What do you mean by that? Why not? I don't get it. What's going on here?
Didn't anyone tell you that the company is filing for bankruptcy?
Are you kidding me? Bankruptcy? Is this a joke?
It's no joke, sir. I received a message from a former colleague saying that they had talked about it in this morning's meeting. I never thought something like this would happen to the company, so I thought the best idea was to quit before things got worse. I suppose you haven't got to work yet, so you don't know the details?
I'm on my way to work right now.
Oh, is that so? Well, I guess you didn't get over your habit of being late to work then?
Now, just rewind back a little bit. I don't get why the company's filing for bankruptcy. Does that mean that I'm unemployed from today onwards until I get another job?
Well, I guess so. If you're fine with that, I guess you've got no choice but to be employed now.
But what am I supposed to do now? I've been at this company for so long already. This has got to be the worst thing to happen to me. How am I supposed to get a job after all this happening?
I don't know. You've got to figure it out. I'm going to leave you to it. Please excuse me. After this, Mr. Potter apparently went home instead of going to work. Of course, it seems that an explanation of what happened was given in some form at a later date. There was talking about arranging a new job. Mr. Potter was so drunk that he didn't listen to everything. By the way, he's single, in his 50s, his parents have passed away, he has no siblings or family, so unfortunately not a lot going for him. He started drinking alcohol all day long thinking about what he should do with his life. One day, he was rushed to the hospital due to acute alcohol poisoning. But there was no one to take care of him, feed him, shelter him, so he didn't recover very well. The other day, he was released from the hospital and into a specialized facility. I do feel quite sorry for the guy, but I just wish he would have nothing to do with me ever again. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.
Hey, Sasha, are you there? Are you still alive? If you are, then give me a message back, please. Wait, is this Trish? I figured you'd be the only person to send a message like that to me. What is it? What do you want? Oh, come on. What kind of way is that to talk to an old friend? I thought we were best friends. I only ever thought that about you until we finished high school. That is when I figured that you were just being friends with me because you thought that taking pity on a poor girl like me would make you more popular. I would hardly say that that means we were best friends. Oh, I see. So you're still mad about that, huh? If I remember correctly, you didn't find out about all of that until we were about to graduate, right? And that must have been why you changed what college you were going to go to, because we were going to go to the same one. But yeah, I have to say that you really proved me right about how much better people think you are when you're a rich person hanging out with someone from a poor, sad family like you. Right, well, this has been an unpleasant trip down memory lane. Anyways, is that all? Did you want something? Aw, just what is that supposed to mean? I mean that if you only reached out to me to insult me and remind me of what you did, then this conversation is over. I'm busy and don't have time for this. What are you talking about? You're poor. You probably have all the time in the world. But fine, I guess I can just cut to the chase. I heard that you were going to be getting married soon. Is that true? Excuse me? Just where did you hear about that? So it is true? Well, you are going to invite me to your wedding, aren't you? I heard that you're marrying the son of some really rich family. I bet that means he must have a lot of really rich, handsome friends. So I want you to invite me to your wedding so that I can meet the man of my dreams. Wow, well, that was brutally honest of you, but no, I won't be doing that. Ever. In a million years. What are you talking about? How can you say that? Not only do I not like you, but I wouldn't want you turning my wedding into some kind of dating reality show for you. Aw, but wouldn't that be so fun? It's the perfect chance. I mean, just think of all that I did for you when I was your friend. Don't you think it's time for you to pay me back for that? Excuse me? And just what do you think that you were doing for me when we were in school? You were the one who used me to try and look like some kind of good person who took pity on the poor. You were never really my friend. Do you have any idea just how hurt I was when I found that out? The only reason I haven't blocked you yet is because it all ended so quickly and I didn't even think to do so. By the time I felt better about everything, I had rid you from my mind. So no, I won't be inviting you to my wedding, actually. Now, if you have nothing else to say, I am going to be going now. Don't ever message me again. Got it? Sasha, wait! Don't go yet. We're not through here. Actually, we are, so I'll talk to you never. But I need you to help me find some rich guy who I can marry. Listen to me, if you don't invite me, I have ways of getting what I want. Do you understand me? If you don't pay me back for being your friend, I am going to make you regret everything. In fact, I'm looking forward to making you pay. Oh, Sasha, are you there? How long has it been? 6 months now? I just wanted to let you know that I finally figured out just who it is that you're going to be marrying. It took me a long, long time to hunt him down, and let me tell you, I was a bit let down, actually. But anyways, it didn't take much more effort after that to find out where you're living, too. I'm surprised you're still living with your parents, but I have to say that their house is looking a lot nicer. I remember when it used to look like a run-down little shack. I wonder how that happened, given the fact that none of you should have money. I bet you begged your fiancé to give your parents a totally new house, didn't you? Anyways, he should be an easy target for me. Trish, is that you? Again? And what do you mean, my fiancé? What are you talking about? Just what I said, that I finally figured out who he is. I don't have a fiancé, though, and my parents moved off their old land and put it up for rent. Wait, what are you saying? I don't understand. Well, I moved, and I don't live with my parents anymore anyways. In fact, I had no idea that any new building was even built there. I guess there must have been some developer who was renting the property. Okay, what is going on here? Do you really think that I'm going to buy all of that? You're just mad because I want you to pay me back for all that I did. But you've got some nerve just lying to me like this. I promise you that I'm really not lying. I seriously had no idea that any of that had happened. Oh, just can it already, Sasha. But anyways, I also just wanted to let you know that it's fine if you don't invite me to your wedding. Or should I say, you might want to cancel your wedding now and save yourself the money. Either way, it isn't happening. Sasha, I have a surprise for you. I know that your wedding is going to happen tomorrow, but unfortunately for you, I'm with your fiancé in a hotel room as we speak. Trish, I have tried to tell you over and over again that I am not going to be getting married. And if you must know, tomorrow is actually my birthday. Aha! I knew it! I knew that you were getting married! What are you even talking about now? I remember a long time ago that you said if you ever got married that you would want to do it on your birthday. Well, this Sunday is your birthday, isn't it? So there we go. That basically confirms to me that you are getting married this week. Did you really think I would let you escape without paying me back for all I did? Well, I took it a step further and just stole your fiancé. Now the two of us are all over each other in a hotel, and you won't be getting him back. Trish, I seriously have no idea what you're talking about at all. Are you in shock? I want to know how it feels to know that I've stolen your man from you. You two are going to be getting married tomorrow, and now it's all for nothing. Tell me how it feels. I seriously don't know what you're even saying. I'm at a hot springs right now with some friends, and we're going to be here tomorrow, too. Wait, what do you mean by that? Literally what I just said. Some friends and I took a trip to some hot springs, and we're enjoying the weekend together. I seriously do not have any intention to get married anytime soon. Here we go again with the lies. When are you going to learn that those won't work on me? I am literally here with Jasmine from school. You remember her, don't you? Hold on a second. You're on a trip with Jasmine? Yeah, that's right. The two of us have been friends for a while, and since we both like being outdoors and enjoy natural hot springs, she offered to take me out for the weekend here. We're literally here to only celebrate my birthday, and that's it. I don't know what to say. That can't be right. Well, if you really don't believe me, then why not try messaging her right now and seeing what she says? I don't get it. Why are you with Jasmine right now? I mean, she said that the two of you are together, but I really don't get it. So you're both at a hot springs right now? That's right. I mean, she sent you the pictures of her and I together in our hotel and of the baths, right? Was that enough for you to believe me? But why wasn't I invited? That isn't fair. I used to be the leader of our friend group. How could you two do this to me? Are you seriously still so hung up on things that happened in high school? The fact is that neither Jasmine nor I ever wanted anything to do with you after high school since you did the same thing to her that you did to me. We aren't friends with you anymore. You seriously need to move on with your life like we have. But that's not fair. You two need me. Think of how much I raised your status up in school just being around me. If you really think that any of that is true or even matters now, then that is really just sad. How could you say that? How could you be so cruel to me? In fact, aren't you forgetting probably the most important thing about all of this? What are you talking about? What am I forgetting? I'm talking about who you're with. Do you have any idea who this person is? Well, I just thought that he was your fiancé who you would be marrying tomorrow. But I already told you that I'm not getting married and that I'm not engaged. I don't have a fiancé. Don't you get that yet? So then, who is this guy? Whose man did I steal? That's what I'm trying to ask you. I have no idea who you're with right now. Hold on. I don't get it. Anyways, it's getting pretty late here. I think we're going to go to bed. Have a nice night. What is going on here? You can't leave me like this. Sasha, are you there? You have to help me. I have really stepped in it now. I'm in huge trouble and you need to help me. Ugh, geez, what is it now? What do you want? Well, you remember that guy who I thought was actually your fiancé, but then it turned out that he wasn't? Well, it turns out that he's the guy who is renting the property that your parents used to live in. Wait, actually, now that you mention it, you did say that someone had built a nice new house on that land, didn't you? I had no idea what you were talking about and almost didn't believe you. But it's true! Okay, and what do you want me to do about it? Well, this guy is married! Right, so you're basically telling me that you thought that my fiancé was the guy coming in and out of the house that used to be where my parents lived, but that he actually has a wife who I guess you must have thought was me? Well, when he and I first got together 4 months ago, when we first started getting together, I assumed that you and him just couldn't wait to move in together and that he started living with you in your parents' house. You remember how my parents were? They were never going to let a man who I wasn't even married to live in their house. I know I've taken this way too far. This is really bad. How did this happen? I still don't get it. This has never happened to me before. That isn't really true, though, is it? This isn't the first time that your reckless actions ended up in a case of mistaken identity. What do you mean? What are you trying to say, huh? When did this happen to me before? You have no idea what you're talking about. Well, I heard from Jasmine that not long after we graduated and you two were going to the same college, that you were bragging to others about how you stole Jasmine's boyfriend. I was surprised that she decided to stick by you even after high school, but I think it was all those awful rumors that you spread about her that finally made her cut you off. Oh, that. Right. Well, I was single, and I figured that it was time for Jasmine to pay her debts to me for all that I did for her, so I just took what I thought was fair. Except that she never had a boyfriend to begin with, isn't that right? You just saw her going to classes with her cousin and assumed they were dating. So you just got with him thinking it was her boyfriend. Wait, is that really true? I thought that he was her boyfriend this whole time. Why am I just finding out about this now? I don't get it. That can't be right. So basically, not only did you drive away the only two people on Earth who would want to be your friends, but in the process you completely failed at getting what was owed to you from them. You just went off thinking that you had won when you had only driven away your friends. No, that can't be right. That isn't how it went. You've got this all wrong. I took Jasmine's boyfriend away from her because she owed me for all the things that I did for her in high school. But now it seems to me that you really have taken things too far. I don't know what to do. I'm really, really scared. You should be. At least in college when you were seeing Jasmine's cousin, it wasn't like he was married or anything. But now you've gone and slept with a married man. But I had no idea that he was married. It isn't fair. It's not my fault. Do you think that the wife is going to care at all about that now that she knows? But I didn't know that he was married. He never told me, and I thought that the other woman in the house was you. How was I supposed to know that that was really his wife? I was so sure about everything. How did it come to this? Well, it seems to me that the secret must be out. Why else would you be coming to me freaking out? Something tells me that you've already been found out. Oh, right. Thanks for reminding me. Yeah, that's why I wanted to message you in the first place. She is suing for having an affair with her husband. And I was hoping that you wouldn't mind paying for everything for me. I found out that this guy only earns like $1,500 a month. There is no way he can afford to pay for us both. You're the only one that I can turn to. And just why in the world do you think I would want to pay for you? Well, it's really all your fault that this happened if you think about it. You can't be serious, right? It's all your fault that this happened. You were the one who took the actions you did, and now you are facing the consequences for your actions. Don't you dare try and pin this on me. You were the one who ignored me when I tried to tell you that I really wasn't getting married. But you tricked me. You knew that I wasn't going to listen to you because I thought that you were lying to me. Do you think anyone is going to buy that? You've always just only heard what you wanted to hear and never cared about what anyone else had to say. Well, now it seems like your actions have finally caught up with you. But we're friends. You still owe me. You can't do this to me, Sasha. We are not friends, and you have done this to yourself, Trish. Now, goodbye. I should probably come clean and say that I'm actually married. And it is true that my husband is the son of a rather wealthy family, but coming from a large family with many siblings, it isn't like he's the heir to a vast fortune or anything. Of course, his family would support him if he were in trouble, but he just works as a regular businessman. I don't really know how Trish got the intel on him that she did, but then again, she was always the queen of getting the juiciest gossip in school. I guess she should have done a little bit more research, though, because her actions landed her in big trouble. When her parents found out what she had done, they told her that they were cutting her off. Finally, Trish truly had no one that she could turn to for help. I heard that she had to take out hefty loans to pay off all her debts, and that many of those loans came from rather shady people. Now she is working herself to the bone to pay those off as well.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Emily, you get out here at once. Huh? I want you out of here today, okay? Mom? I don't want you calling me your mom anymore, you moneyless idiot. Wait, what is going on all of a sudden? Can you please give me an explanation as to why I need to be the one to leave this house now? Do you not have any memory of what might have caused this? Well, no, actually I don't. I don't even know what your reason is for calling me moneyless now either. This is the reason why you are poor. Why are you calling me poor this time around? Well, how about you calm down a little bit and stop calling me things like that? Then you and I can talk about what's gone and upset you. I took a look at the amount of money you have in that account, and after seeing what I saw, I have no reason to be calming down. You were taking a look at the money in my account? There was a checkbook on the living room table. Huh? The living room, wait. Are you kidding me, Diana? You've gone out and made another duplicate key to let yourself into our house without asking us? Could you please stop it with that reckless crap already? I've had enough of it now. You live over an hour away from our place as well, so how much free time do you have on your hands to be doing this all the time? Who the hell cares about something like that right now? Only $100 in your account? Excuse me, $100 in my account? What the hell does this mean? You're supposed to be working for one of the largest companies in America, and all you have in your account is $100? Don't tell me that this is all that remains from your compulsive spending. When Brad brought you over to my house saying that he really wanted to marry you, I heard from you that you're working for that huge conglomerate, and that's why I allowed you to be his wife. But now that the lid's been opened on your life, I can see that all you have left this month is $100. Tell me what the hell this is about right now. You lied to me about how you're not able to make squat in terms of income. You divorce my son right now and then get the hell out of his house. Well, before we get any further, let me tell you this. I have no idea what checkbook of mine you're talking about, as I don't remember having only $100 left in my bank account. And because of that, your reason for wanting me to divorce Brad and move out of the house is not going to work for me. Are you telling me that the things I saw with my own eyes just now are all false? I don't ever remember me leaving out a checkbook in the living room either, so that's another reason for me doubting you. But that's not even the main problem here. Who the hell do you think you are? Freaking moneyless witch, lowlife whore, overspending idiot. You have no right saying any of those things about me. I feel so bad for my little boy having been fooled by a witch like you. I'm going to get you both to divorce one way or another. Brad, did your friend's wedding finish up and everything?
Yep. Right now we're all taking a break right before the after party begins. What's going on?
Your mom has gone ahead and made herself yet another duplicate key for our place.
What?
I'm sure you were really enjoying yourself, so I'm sorry to have to bring this up now.
No worries. I'm actually really happy you're telling me about this right now, so no need to apologize to me. But that last time she broke into our house, we took the key away from her, right?
I know that. I even saw you doing that to her. But once again, she's gone and come into our house without our permission.
Seriously? How many more times is she gonna make duplicate keys to get into our place? Tell me, what did she do this time while she was there? Did she throw out your cooking again like before? Or did she go through the kitchen cabinets and break all the dishes like last month?
She found a checkbook in the living room with only $100 in its account.
Huh?
She said it was sitting on the living room table. Brad, do you know anything about it?
Well, yes, I do. That was probably my checkbook, actually.
Wait, really?
Well, you remember how I was changing banks, right? During that time, I had to transfer pretty much all my money from my old account into a new one. So, in order to not have the old account close on me yet, I left $100 in there so that the bank wouldn't get upset with me. And well, in this day and age, we don't really need checkbooks anymore, right? So I must have just set it down there on the table and forgot about it.
I see. That's why that old account only has $100 left in it.
That's right. And as I was on my way to the wedding this morning, I was looking for a gift bag to put the present I got my friend into, and so I was shuffling through all the drawers trying to find one. And well, while that was going on, I happened to actually find that older checkbook, and that's probably why I ended up putting it on the table and never placed it back into the drawer. I was in a hurry, right? So I just left it there then. Now things are starting to make sense. I was wondering why I would have even pulled that old checkbook out in the first place, and now I remember what happened with it.
See, I kind of get it now. Right now, I'm still on my way home from the business trip I've been on, so I haven't had any way of telling what all happened within the house while your mom was there.
I'm sorry that leaving the checkbook out like that caused so much trouble for you. I'll talk with my mom about this.
Yes, please do.
Hold on a second.
What's up?
With what's happened here, don't you think we can use it to our advantage?
What do you mean by that?
Remember the last time my mom came in by herself with that duplicate key she made? And we talked about how horrible that was for us?
You're talking about that conversation?
Yep. I was actually being serious about all I was saying. So what'd you think?
Good point. If you really are all right with going through with something like that, then by all means, let's do it.
Well, there we go then. I know this is only going to cause a bit more trouble for you, so please forgive me for the time being.
No worries, Brad. I trust that you'll be able to handle this for us.
Thank you. And we're both back at the house. Let's get our brains together and perfect our plan.
All right. Emily, I'm sure by now you've started to come around to listening to what I say, right? I saw on the living room table a couple of divorce papers, and on them were yours and my son's signatures. Huh? Diana, once again you've come into our house without our permission. This is not about that. What this is about is you getting divorced from my son, right? I think me talking to my son about how you only have $100 left to your name in that account really ticked him off. I see. So you told him about that then? Well, then you must be aware of this. That happened to be your son's checkbook that was on the table. Stop lying, you moneyless witch! Ugh. I'm not lying to you right now, though. The fact that you're blaming me over something like that without even checking the name on the checkbook first shows me a lot of warning signs about you. And Brad was saying the same thing you are now, trying to cover for you overspending all the time on yourself. But seeing now that there is divorce paperwork all filled out on that table from you two, my words to him finally worked their magic. And the reason they finally worked is because I'm right. So you, being the moneyless freak that you are, need to hurry things up and leave my son. Is that right? Well, this was supposed to be my final warning to you. Warning? You don't seem to care at all about your son and only want what's best for yourself since you're not even listening to what he's been trying to tell you. Huh? Well, I've had enough, and I am no longer going to try and tell you off. Goodbye. What the hell are you talking about? Well, whatever. You guys are already getting a divorce now, so I don't give a crap what happens to you after. I'm looking forward to seeing my son come back home to me again after this. I'm going to clean his room up right now for him, so that when he comes back to me, he'll have a lovely room to sleep in.
Emily, I just finished work.
Good work today.
I took a look at those screenshots you sent me of that conversation with my mom. I guess she really isn't listening to either of us, just as we thought she'd do.
Seems that way.
I was really trying to give her one last chance by telling her the truth straight up, but I guess she doesn't even trust my word. She's been that way for decades now, but I guess even time couldn't fix it for her. If anything, it's only made her worse, to the point that even I can't handle it anymore.
Brad, are you going to be okay? I understand what's going to happen here, but she is your mom, right? You really sure that you're okay with what we're about to do?
Yep. And you really don't have to worry about me because I'm all for this. Actually, this has a boatload of benefits to it, and I'm gonna feel amazing having her out of my mind once and for all. I think I can finally understand what my dad must have gone through with her that made him run away like that. She is really not good for anyone to be around, that monster. The kind of monster that thinks only about herself no matter the outcome.
Yeah.
Emily, thank you for checking up on me there. But I'm totally set with what we plan to do, so don't worry.
All right. Okay then.
Now, I'll see you at the new place.
Yes. I'm leaving the house right now. Emily, what the hell is going on here? You were supposed to be leaving my son once and for all with that divorce, but my son has still not come home to me. So I went over to that house to see what was going on, but my frickin' key isn't working anymore. And on top of that, your neighbor is telling me that nobody's been living in your house for a while now. Where the hell have you and Brad run off to? I want my Brad back right now!
Mom, you stop texting Emily about everything right now.
Brad? Where are you right now? You have left that witch already, so hurry up and come home to me. I want the two of us to start living happily together again, just like we had been doing years ago.
Happily, huh? Mom, was there ever a time you and I lived happily together?
What are you trying to say? You and I were able to live together for a very long time, right? Even when your dad ran away, you stayed right by my side the whole way.
And if it wasn't for me doing that, Dad would have never been able to set himself free.
Huh?
I know about who I am to you. You forced Dad to impregnate you so that he'd have to marry you. And the baby that you forced happens to be me, right?
Huh? Wait, that's,
And because of that, Dad, who has been so scared of you the whole time we lived together, was never able to flee. But Dad had a plan, and that was to one day use me as bait to get himself time to leave the house without you ever being around to stop him. And that's why in the end, he was able to get away, and I was left with you, with nowhere to run myself.
What did you say?
I'm far older now, and all of that is nothing I need to worry about anymore.
You don't need to worry about it?
I have a wonderful woman by my side now, my wife, and she happens to be someone that I never want to lose, no matter what.
What? What are you talking about right now? You already divorced her, and the only woman you need to worry about now is me.
We didn't get a divorce.
Huh?
The divorce papers that you saw on our living room table were all fake.
Fake?
You were the one that came into our house without permission and started to go off on Emily saying that the checkbook with $100 was hers and that she needed to leave me for good. So we wanted to see how you treat Emily if we place fake divorce papers down for you to walk in on. We also wanted to see how you react to me trying to tell you the truth about the checkbook, but you never bothered listening to me. And well, we found out in the end how you'd react. Things turned out the way we didn't want them to with you, to the point that all we could do was laugh.
Brad?
I'm done being your son.
What?
I like to think of us moving to a new house without ever telling you as a first step and me not being your family anymore, please.
What the hell are you saying to me? Wait, don't tell me that witch is so upset about me finding out about the $100 she had left that she's forcing you to say all this to me and run away. Don't worry. I'll get you a lawyer and everything, and we can sue her butt.
I told you before that the $100 checkbook was mine, right? And you should be aware that it was my name printed on the front of that checkbook, right? Well, you totally ignored my name on it and blamed Emily as though she used all of her money up on herself and then asked for her to leave me.
But for someone working for that large of a company to use up all her earnings to have only $100 left.
I'll tell you one last time. That checkbook with only $100 in it is mine. And I explained to you before what that checkbook was and why it only had $100 in it, right? Fed that you're acting as though I never told you any of this. Do you have any idea how I'm feeling about that?
Brad?
No. There's no point in trying to talk with you anymore. So we're done here.
Huh?
This is me cutting ties with you.
Wait!
Stay the hell away from us forever.
Right after Brad said goodbye to his mom, we both went ahead and changed our phone numbers. But of course, that wasn't going to be enough for us, and so we went and spoke to the rest of the family and told them that we wanted nothing to do with her anymore, which they all agreed with. And after we felt secure that she wouldn't ever be able to find us, Brad started trying to get in touch with his dad again, who apparently moved to England. There he happened to open a store of his own, which he's running. And when Brad got in touch with him again, his dad asked him to come out there and help with the business. As for myself, I asked my company if I could start working remote from England, and they agreed to my wish, as long as I came back once a year for a planned meeting. A little while after we had moved out of the country, Diana heard from somewhere that her son and his wife had moved overseas. At that point, when she thought she'd never be able to give up, she stopped. I guess the knowledge that she could literally not get to us now without a plane ticket really got into her thick head. She's gone and settled down now and has moved into a retirement home where she's going to live the rest of her life now, since she has nobody left to come and take care of her. Neither Brad nor myself ever saw something like moving to England as ever being a part of our lives, but I think that it's really been the best choice we've made as a couple. I no longer have the fear of ever having to see his mom again, and he finally has been able to reconnect and work with his dad that ran away from him so many years ago. In hindsight, having Diana act as a complete lunatic around us was a blessing. And I hope that she ends up in as good of a place as we're in someday. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.